In this guide, why hard-coded authentication logic across microservices creates a fragile vendor-locked identity stack, how an orchestration engine centralizes login flows using declarative journey definitions, how it composes IdPs, MFA providers, risk engines, and step-up auth into a single coordinated pipeline, and where identity orchestration is heading with AI-driven adaptive journeys and the OpenID AuthZEN specification. Identity expert, powering you to be an expert in identity. Here is the scenario. A bank decides to add a new MFA vendor. Maybe they want to support passkeys alongside their existing SMS one-time passwords. Sounds simple, but the MFA logic is not centralized. It is hard-coded into 14 different microservices maintained by 3 separate teams. The mobile app has its own MFA flow. The web portal has a different one. The call center authentication system has yet another. Each service has its own conditional logic. If the user has enrolled in SMS, send a code. If not, fall back to email. Except the fallback paths were written by different developers at different times with different assumptions. 6 months later, the integration finally ships. On launch day, a bug in one team's fallback path triggers an infinite redirect loop for users who have not yet enrolled in the new passkey option. 50,000 customers are locked out of their accounts for 4 hours during peak banking hours. The root cause was not the new vendor. The root cause was that MFA decision logic was scattered across the entire application layer with no central coordination. Every service was its own little identity engine, each making independent decisions about how to authenticate users. What they needed was not another vendor integration. They needed identity orchestration, a single engine that owns the authentication journey, evaluates the rules, calls the right providers in the right order, and handles failures gracefully. That is what we are breaking down today. Think about the difference between a chef who memorizes every recipe and improvises substitutions mid-service versus a kitchen that runs on a recipe book with decision trees. In the first kitchen, which is how hard-coded auth works, the chef knows that the Tuesday special uses almonds, but if a customer is allergic, the chef improvises a substitute on the spot. If the oven breaks, the chef figures out an alternative cooking method from memory. Every substitution depends on that specific chef's experience and judgment. If the chef calls in sick, the replacement chef does not know the same substitutions. The kitchen breaks down. In the second kitchen, which is how identity orchestration works, there is a recipe book. The recipe says if the customer is allergic to nuts, follow branch B, which uses sunflower seeds instead. If the oven is broken, use the backup convection oven on the second floor. The chef follows the recipe. The recipe is easy to update without retraining the chef. A new chef can walk in, read the recipe, and execute the same flow. The critical difference is where the decision logic lives. In the first kitchen, it lives in the chef's head, distributed, inconsistent, and fragile. In the second kitchen, it lives in the recipe book, centralized, versionable, and auditable. Identity orchestration is the recipe book. The authentication services, your IdP, your MFA provider, your risk engine are the kitchen equipment. The orchestration engine reads the recipe and tells the equipment what to do, in what order, with what fallbacks. 3 problems collide when authentication logic is distributed across services instead of centralized. Problem 1, auth logic scattered across services. Every microservice implements its own MFA check, its own risk evaluation, its own session logic. Changing the authentication flow, say adding a step-up prompt for high-value transactions, requires coordinated deploys across every service that touches authentication. A change that should take a day takes a sprint. A sprint that should be isolated affects every team. Problem 2, vendor lock-in. Your IdP integration code is embedded in your application layer. Your MFA provider's SDK is imported directly into your services. Switching providers means rewriting integration code everywhere, not just one adapter, but every service that calls the provider directly. The cost of switching becomes so high that you stay with a vendor even when better options exist. Problem 3, no visual policy layer. Business stakeholders, compliance officers, risk managers, product owners cannot see the authentication flow. They cannot modify it without filing engineering tickets. They cannot audit what happens when a high-risk login is detected. The authentication logic is invisible to the people who are ultimately responsible for it. Identity orchestration solves all 3 by inserting a coordination layer between your applications and your identity services. The orchestration engine owns the journey. The applications just ask it, authenticate this user. The engine decides how. Orchestration engine sits between the application layer and the identity services. Here is the flow. Step 1, the user initiates a login. The application does not call the IdP directly. Instead, it sends the request to the orchestration engine. Step 2, the orchestration engine loads the journey definition, a declarative document, typically JSON or YAML, that defines the authentication flow as a series of nodes with transitions. Step 3. The engine evaluates the first node. In a typical journey, the first node is Authenticate. The engine calls the IdP to verify the user's primary credential, whether that is a password, a passkey, or a federated login. Step 4. The engine moves to the next node, Evaluate Risk. Calls the risk engine, passing context like device fingerprint, location, and login history. The risk engine returns a score. Step 5. The engine evaluates the risk score against the journey's branching rules. If the score is below the threshold, the journey skips to issue session. If the score is above the threshold, the journey branches to step-up MFA. Step 6. The step-up MFA node calls the MFA provider, push notification, TOTP, passkey, whatever the journey specifies. If MFA succeeds, the journey continues. If it fails, the journey branches to a denial or retry path. Step 7. The issue session node creates the session, sets the tokens, and returns control to the application. The application never knew which IdP was called, which MFA provider was used, or what risk score was evaluated. It just received a session. The entire decision tree lives in the journey definition. Change the MFA provider, update the node. Add a new risk check, insert a node. No application code changes, no coordinated deploys. Let us look at two key payloads. First, a journey definition snippet. This is the declarative document the orchestration engine reads. It is a JSON object with a nodes array. Each node has an ID, a type, and transition rules. The authenticate node calls the IdP and on success transitions to evaluate risk. The evaluate risk node calls the risk engine. If the score is low, it transitions to issue session. If the score is high, it transitions to step-up MFA. The step-up MFA node calls the MFA provider. On success, it transitions to issue session. On failure, it transitions to deny access. Each node is a self-contained unit. The journey is a graph of these units. Second, the orchestration API response. When the journey completes, the engine returns a response to the application. The response contains the session token, the completed steps array showing which nodes executed and in what order, and the outcome. The application uses the session token. The completed steps array is for audit and debugging. The outcome tells the application whether the journey succeeded or was denied. This is the contract between the orchestration engine and the application. Send me a user, I will return a session or a denial, and I will tell you exactly what happened along the way. Threat 1. The orchestration engine as a single point of failure. If the engine goes down, no user can authenticate. Every login flow depends on it. Mitigation. Deploy the engine in a high availability configuration with active-active failover. Implement circuit breakers so that if the engine is unreachable, applications can fall back to a direct authentication path, reduced functionality, but users are not locked out. Threat 2. Journey definition injection. If an attacker can modify the journey definition, they can insert a node that skips MFA, bypasses risk checks, or redirects authentication to a malicious IdP mitigation. Journey definitions must be immutable and versioned. Changes go through an approval workflow. The engine loads journeys from a read-only store, never from user-supplied input. Threat 3. Over-orchestration latency. Every node in the journey is a network call IdP risk engine MFA provider. A 5-node journey means 5 sequential round trips. Users experience this as login latency. Mitigation. Execute independent nodes in parallel where the journey graph allows it. Cache risk scores for short windows. Pre-evaluate low-risk users to skip unnecessary nodes. Threat 4. Shadow authentication paths that bypass orchestration. Developers build a quick direct-to-IdP integration for an internal tool, bypassing the orchestration engine entirely. Now there is an unmonitored authentication path with no risk evaluation and no MFA. Mitigation. Enforce all authentication through the orchestration layer via API gateway policy. Block direct IdP calls from application services. Audit for shadow paths in CI/CD pipelines. Identity orchestration is evolving in 4 directions. First, AI-driven adaptive journeys. Instead of static branching rules, the orchestration engine uses machine learning to adjust the journey in real time. A user logging in from a new device at an unusual hour gets a more rigorous flow, not because a rule says so, but because the model detected anomalous behavior. The journey adapts dynamically. Second, OpenID AuthZEN. This emerging specification standardizes the API between the orchestration engine and policy decision points. Today, every orchestration vendor has a proprietary integration with risk engines and policy engines. AuthZEN defines a common evaluation API so you can swap policy engines without rewriting the orchestration layer. Third, convergence with CIAM platforms. Customer identity and access management platforms are absorbing orchestration as a native feature. Instead of deploying a separate orchestration engine, the CIAM platform includes visual journey builders, pre-built connectors to IdPs and MFA providers, and built-in risk evaluation. Fourth, no-code journey builders are becoming standard. Compliance officers and product managers can drag and drop authentication nodes, configure branching rules, and deploy updated journeys without writing code or filing engineering tickets. The authentication flow becomes a business-managed asset, not an engineering-managed artifact. All primary sources cited in this guide are on screen now. You will find Gartner's guidance on identity orchestration, the Ping1 DaVinci documentation for a production orchestration platform, the OpenID AuthZEN specification for standardized policy evaluation APIs, and NIST Special Publication 863 for the Foundational Digital Identity Guidelines. Direct links are in the video description. If this breakdown clarified how identity orchestration wires together your identity stack, subscribe to Identity Expert. We cover one architecture pattern or protocol deep dive every week. Thanks for watching. If there is an identity architecture pattern, protocol, or standard you want us to break down next, drop it in the comments. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an Identity Expert episode.